Welcome back to FilmFloggers. We review films and flog dead horses, so you don't have to. Is this week's film choice a complete waste of your viewing time? Much like flogging / beating dead horses, get it? Please head over to www.filmfloggers.com to check out all of our previous floggings. And while you're there, maybe hang out for a while, look around and vote for our next film. Click on vote, or visit www.filmfloggers.com/vote. Are you an idiot? If so, please check out our Idiot's Guide to Reviewing Us, where even a big dummy like you can leave us a red-hot review. Here at FilmFloggers, we pride ourselves on offering 1-star content with 5-star effort. Once on the website, please click on Idiot's Guide, or visit us at www.filmfloggers.com/review-us. That should have been Idiot's Guide. My fault, I didn't change the URL. Annoying. Once again, filmfloggers.com/review-us. Believe it or not, we now have a Patreon. I know what you're thinking. You have the audacity to ask us to pay to receive more of this. Pause for dramatic effect. Yes. We have a Patreon exclusive show called Nitpickers. I think you'll like it. Please visit www.filmfloggers.com/support-us. Again, that hyphen is annoying, should have removed it. Or head straight to our Patreon page. Patreon.com/filmwafflers. No idea why I did film wafflers. Another mistake. Where you can support us for as little as £1 British or $1.50. And while you're on the website, punch that big purple subscribe button and tell a friend about the vlog. Wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, mistress, your nan, granddad, your kids. They can tell their friends. They can tell their friends at school about the vlog. But in all seriousness, this really helps the podcast grow and enables us to enrich or ruin the lives of the hundreds of millions of earlobes we haven't reached yet.
Hello? Just in case. I think you're trying to catch me out here. It's not working.
Why do you keep saying catch you out?
I'm cleverer than you.
What are you talking about?
Because you're doing the silent thing. Right, shall we just go straight in with the timer?
Oh, God. Of course not.
Oh.
Jesus. Tony Todd.
Oh, we're recording.
Tony Todd.
Yeah, I made a bit of a boo-boo on Candyman.
You ruined the Candyman episode for me.
Well, not really.
Yep.
I did mention that he was in a couple of films, Heat in particular.
Yes.
He wasn't in Heat, and I apologise about that.
I had that on my mind the whole episode, thinking, which character was he?
Ralph.
I just don't remember this.
It was the other guy.
The husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar. They look quite similar.
Yeah, but when I was doing my research, I didn't click. I thought I clicked on Tony Rod or whatever his name is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So my bad.
You've got one really simple job for these episodes, and you're it's not going very well, is it?
Well, I do try. It's because you're overworking me, Ben. There's too many of them. There's too many episodes.
We've got a single track, so we've got to be careful.
Yeah, we'll stop talking over me then.
We should have done the single track a long time ago. It's half the editing time. I don't know why we didn't do it.
Right. So can we move on now, Ben?
We'll also record a separate... Well, the Tony Todd thing was relevant for this because he's in this as well.
Yeah, he is. He's the Undertaker.
But I was going to have a 30-second apology at the end of Candyman.
Right, just use that.
From you.
Sorry. Don't even need 30 seconds.
Right. Okay. Any housekeeping?
No. We are doing our 15 minutes of flog, where we flog a movie in 15 minutes. The first 5 minutes, we talk about the movie, the synopsis of the movie, the director, and then the actors, which I get wrong all the time. Then we move on to the main body, which is 9.5 minutes, and we talk about the film itself. In the last 30 seconds, Ben will try to summarise the film, which he never does. During it, if one of us is waffling, aka Ben, we will say Happy Halloween. In other words, he has to move on, the fucker. And that's it.
Very loud.
Once we leave the 15 minutes, we don't talk about the film, but we have been because Ben is really struggling with the 15 minutes.
I am.
He just can't. I'm talking, Ben. He just can't get all of his thoughts down in 15 minutes.
I'm not doing any 15 minutes for a while after this.
I'm not doing any podcast for a while, Ben. I told you I'm going on strike after this.
We're going to be doing sort of at least half hour. I think half hour is a good spot for for films like this. Not too long, not too short. Just
Anyhow,
about right.
Shall I press start?
Oh yeah.
Well, shall I? What do you want to mutter about, Ben?
I don't know. Loads.
Well, you've got loads to talk about in this because I actually haven't made that many notes because I didn't need to because, you know.
Well, there are no notes. You mean you didn't write down loads of trivia?
I know it in my head.
Do you?
Right, so start. 3, 2, 1.
Horror films.
So today we are doing... Oh, shit. Today we are doing Final Destination 2000, 6.7 on the IMDb. So, Ben, you asked, you shall receive. The budget for this movie was 23 million. Box office was 112.9 million.
Oh, lovely.
A teenager starts to have a premonition on board a flight of his flight crashing. He warns his friend and 7 others get off the flight, and soon after, the plane crashes. The survivors of the plane start to die in mysterious ways as he tries to cheat death.
Death.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. Let's work on those.
Okay. Directed by James Wong. He is a director of some of the X-Files and also Final Destination 3, some of the episodes of the X-Files, Ben. Apologies. And what else is he a director of?
I don't know.
He's a writer, he's a producer, all that kind of shit. So yeah, he's one of them.
Dragon Ball Z? Is that right?
I know. And I've only written down 2 characters in it because they're all a bit boring. So you've got Devon Sawa as Alex.
Great to see Devon again.
Yeah, he was in Ben's favourite film of all time, Idle Hands. And he was actually the character Casper in Casper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
Another one of my faves.
Yeah, I like that film. Then you've got Ali Carter. No.
Yes, I think that's right. Yeah.
As Clear.
Let's move it
She
along.
was in House on the Haunted Hill.
Resident Evil.
Legally Blonde.
Heroes TV show.
And that's all I've got. What about the other actors, Ben?
Oh.
You've got Stiffmeister in there. Stifler.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Sean something.
Sean William Scott.
Yeah, he
or
plays...
Sean Scott Williams.
Yep. He plays Billy Hitchcock.
Right. Tony Todd, of course.
Tony Todd.
What's his character name? Because I think it's quite interesting. Well, not interesting. It's something blood. You didn't write that down, did you?
No.
Why would you? Why would you?
No.
Fucking hell. Why would you? Not interesting.
No. So, yeah, Ben, proceed.
Oh, God. Right, where do we start?
Well, do you want me to tell you what I've got? The names of the filmmakers. I've got it here.
The characters?
Yeah.
Have you got Tony Todd, yes or no?
No.
Right, well, no, I don't want to hear it then. Oh. You just said that you've only got 2.
No, I done the thing.
Do you mean the trivia?
Yeah.
Right, we'll get to that in a minute. Right, so...
Chill the fuck out.
This is a little bit different, isn't it? This film, I guess?
Yes, it's very
We're trying
good film.
to, with these 31 films, we're trying to do slightly different horrors, all different years, all different decades, old, new, different themes.
Shit.
Werewolves, you haven't done a werewolf one yet. Vampires, zombies.
Premonitions.
So this is it's not premonition genre, is there? But it's a bit different about the idea of death and having premonitions and, similar to stuff like Saw. I think I've actually seen all of them apart from the last one. And the only reason I didn't see the last one is because I had it on one evening at uni. And, who do you think bloody came wobbling up the stairs?
Fucking Tom.
The fucking Thomas.
Jesus.
Came wobbling up the stairs and was like, oh go on.
I'm not watching that shit.
What are you watching here? What are you doing?
Sewage.
That CGI is absolutely horrendous. You've got to turn that off. So I didn't see it. It's on the bridge. I think that's the 5th one.
All right. I like the one where she gets locked in the tanning bed.
That's the 3rd one, yeah.
And I like the one where they're driving behind the truck with logs in it on the motorway.
I think that's the 2nd one.
That one, I hate. Yeah. I hate being behind a car because of that.
Whatever you think of Final Destination, it is quite iconic because you will hear people say, oh, that's like a Final Destination setup, isn't it? It's become that kind of idea of being in situations where they remind you of Final Destination, even if you think it's a load of shit. It is in the pop culture or whatever. It's actually reasonably well known.
And it mightn't be like premonition, but we all have deja vu, which is essentially a bit of a premonition because you have that feeling you've been there, you've done that type of thing. I always bloody get them.
Right, so I was going to finish my point on the Saw.
Sorry, Ben.
Because we've done Saw as well. Is that it's the same thing about repeating the same formula over and over again. And the only thing that can really change is the characters and how they die, basically. Just making the deaths more elaborate, more entertaining. On the whole, both series manage that probably. I think Final Destination does it reasonably well. The ones that I've seen. Saw does it. Maybe the one thing it does do, Final Destination, is that it always leans towards the younger kids, high school kids. And number 2, I think, has got a good mix of people. You got the mum and the son. There's an older lady, I think. Maybe a family are thrown into the mix as well. But ultimately, it's the same stuff, isn't it? Someone has a premonition at the start, people cheat death, and that's all you get. So each film is just the same thing, isn't it? It's finding more and more ways to kill people.
Just a bit more.
And that links in again with this whole morbid fascination that I've brought up before. Realistically, you're going to keep watching Final Destination films, or you're only going to tune into more to see how people die. You're like, oh God, how's this one going to go? And it sets it up. All these things start loosening the bolts. Things are hanging. You're like, oh, is it going to be that? Oh no, it could be this. I think some of the films.
It's like, sorry, go on.
Yes.
It's like when he's in the cabin. He's there trying to debt-proof it, isn't he?
Yeah, dog shit, yeah. Rubbish,
and you're there
rubbish
like, oh, what's going to happen? Is the lantern going to fall over, but he's got a bowl of water behind
That's
it?
probably the most boringest example of the whole series.
Yeah, but that's all I've got in my little head right now, Ben.
Yes, fine, yes. But
Jesus.
I think as the series goes on, there's more and more things that are set up. We're like, oh, it's going to be that. Oh, that's going to be it. He's going to die from that, and then they die from something else. It's like, that's a bit of a I didn't expect that.
I've got an interesting one. Clear. I thought she was going to go when her and the dog were in the water, and the electricity flying around the place.
Okay, right.
That would have made sense.
Yeah, fine.
But she didn't. Just to let you know, spoiler.
Yes. Maybe in some ways the first film gets the tone right between being a bit silly, being a bit tongue in cheek, and I guess some unpleasantness in there. I think the first death of Todd in the shower, I think that's potentially, again, I'm going off because I watched a video on YouTube of the 10 most gruesome deaths in Final Destination. So that's what I'm going off of because I don't remember all of them, but yeah, some of them, they're quite good. But I think Todd's in many ways is the one that's actually quite it's quite heavy.
Yeah.
Because it's because it looks like he's committed suicide. And you get the whole stuff about the blue shit coming out the toilet. I'm pretty sure again you don't sort of get that thing where stuff appears, death makes things appear and then tries to hide them.
Well, yeah.
I think that's the only time that happens. I may be wrong, but
no, it happens again, doesn't it? Where oh no, it's just with the cup cracks, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I know.
You want, and that's the cause of her death, but actually, it's not the cause of her death. The cause of the death is the stabbing.
Yeah, I know. But
which makes sense.
You don't see death come out with a glue and start gluing up the cup. Going, better hide this.
Well, yeah, but what reason was it that the glass cracked? Why did it crack?
I know, but I think that's just getting blown up. I don't think people are finding that in the charred remains of her house. Right, God, Jesus, what else are we talking about?
So, this story was originally going to be the concept for an episode of The X-Files, which was inspired by Soul Survivor in can't remember the year. Not going to lie. And this is much of the news footage that was shown of the crash of the flight was actual footage from the July 1996 explosion and crash of the TWA Flight 800 off Long Island in New York. Just so you know.
What it's scary, isn't it? You don't. Again, it's one of those things you just don't think about. Do you get on the plane and you're like, well, let's get there.
You just assume you're going to be safe, don't you?
It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But terrible. Apparently there was loads of little things leading up to the film. There was 999 and he's seen 666 written upside down or whatever. So that indicates death, doesn't it? To the devil.
I'm not understanding why Devon's completely shitting himself straight away. He's like,
well, he's got the feeling, doesn't he? He's got a fear of something.
But I know, but why?
Don't know. He's just obviously it's anxiety because I don't know if he's never been away or anything like that. But maybe it's that.
Right. Okay. What else have we got then?
The music played throughout was by John Devon, who is a musician who died on an actual aircraft.
Oh, well, there you go then. Yes, that plays out a few times, doesn't it? I think that some of the lyrics are quite prevalent and make sense when they within the film. Oh, God.
And a bit of...
I hate these 15 minutes.
A bit of interesting for you. Most of the characters are named after filmmakers or stars of black and white horror movies.
Oh, really?
Would you like to know some?
A couple, quickly.
Amanda Terry Chaney, she's named after Lon Chaney, whoever that is, or Chaney, should I say.
God.
Todd Wagner is named after director Jared Wagner. Alec Browning is named after Todd Browning, who's also another director. Larry Murna.
Have you got any of these films? What
is by an agent. No. Yes, I do. Agent, one of the agents, FBI agents. He is known director F.W. Murnau. Who's that?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Nosferatu. Sean Stifler.
Is that right?
Billy Hitchcock.
I thought it was the guy who directed...
Well, that's what it said on trivia. Right. Billy Hitchcock is known after Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, of course. Yes, that makes sense.
And the teacher, Valerie Luton, is known after a producer of horror films, Val Luton.
Oh, yeah. The guy who did Cat People and I Walked with a Zombie.
Don't know.
Like the original zombie film or something.
But yeah.
Is that right?
What do you think of that, fucker?
Yeah, great, yeah. Well, God, what else? Right, diesel-looking plane crash. Yeah, the effects overall look pretty good. Yeah, 2000. I think the premonition plane crash looks like... The actual plane crash looks like dog shit, and the whole thing about the glass blowing out. Would that happen?
Probably.
But the actual all looks pretty practical. Obviously, the bits maybe when they're flying out, maybe not, but...
I like when
2000, good, looks good.
I like when the side blows off, and then you've got that seat going, and then it just goes out, and then it stays outside the plane, and then it just goes.
Nice. It looks good.
Imagine that happening. Fuck me, pink. You don't think about it, do you?
No, we discussed that now.
Jesus.
No.
God. Oh.
Right, what else? What else have you got for me?
That's all I've got, Ben.
What do you think about the film?
I thought it was actually quite good. I actually enjoyed it, but I like that type of stuff.
Right.
I like this kind of like premonition, the idea of like death chasing you trying to, not fake death, what's the word?
Well,
Escape death, but you
escape
can't.
death,
You
yes.
can't escape death.
That's
What does Todd say?
Well, he talks about how death's got a plan, isn't he?
Yeah.
What is it?
And you can't
Does he say
escape that. Yeah.
Definitely, death is inevitable. He's got a plan of how things will
And if
play out, and you can escape. You can cheat death, but he will eventually come back round to get you.
Which he does, essentially, doesn't he, at the end? But I don't understand the end because, yeah, fair enough, it's whoever's turn next to die. Todd, what's your man's name? It's that other guy. He's left to die, but then it jumps to...
Which one?
The brown-haired dude. I don't know his name.
Carter?
Yeah,
Or
him.
we're talking about Sawa?
Carter.
Right.
So he's next to die.
The douchebag.
But then it changes to Sawa.
Oh, never die. Shut up.
Yeah, what the hell's that
I like
about?
that funeral dog shit where they unveil a bird. Really?
Don't know.
They've just died in a plane crash.
Maybe it's meant to be angels.
No, it's a bird.
Is
I
it?
think.
I don't know.
Oh, dear. Could you not picked anything else?
Well, yeah.
That funeral scene sucks, actually. Like Carter there.
Well, it wasn't a funeral, it was a memorial.
Okay, you're fine. Yeah,
Get rid of it.
You know what I mean, right?
Yes,
okay.
I do know what you mean.
Yes,
Right, anyways,
terrible.
Go on. What do you think of Clear in it?
Terrible. Yeah, the whole scene when she pops in, or he goes to her welding garage or whatever.
Yeah,
and,
what the fuck's that
they start
about?
talking about like, oh, I still feel you inside me, and that's why I got off the plane. That's what I'm pretty sure she says. She says something to that effect of, oh, I feel you inside me, and then he goes, oh, death, I just feel it all around me. Ooh, oh, it's terrible.
Jesus.
Alternative ending. They have a baby apparently,
Yeah,
but
What's
obviously
that about?
he actually dies from the shock. He blows up.
from
He
the
gets-
electricity.
Yeah, which makes sense. And then they're banged at some point, which I assume was cut out as well.
And she has a
Well, it
baby
was,
9
didn't
months
see it.
later.
Yes, and then I guess what's that? The whole idea of life, death. It's big circle of life,
Oh, well, no.
all that goodness.
So he's not in the
Yeah,
second one,
fine.
is he? But why? I've got a question. Why is Clear having a premonition at the end? Why does she have the premonition? She sees the bus go by. She sees the thingy mabob.
Does she not just see the bus go by in the window? Because it does.
No, she has that thing where she's looking over her shoulder.
Well,
like,
I don't
"Whoa."
know. Well, she's in the second one. I'm pretty sure she's in the.
She is in the second
she
one.
She dies in the second one, doesn't she? Spoiler.
Don't know.
Christ, spoiler.
Don't know.
I know. Oh God, how long? Christ.
2 minutes, go on.
I know the last one, even though I didn't see it because Tom disturbed me. It links it where the people at the end who are surviving at the end of the fifth one, spoiler, are on the plane as well. So it comes full circle.
Oh, okay. That's a bit of a
The
mind
original
fuck for
plane
me.
that was going to Paris.
Right.
Which is, sounds kind of interesting.
And
Maybe.
6 months after you had a plane crash, would you be getting on a plane? Because they all go to Paris, don't they?
Well, yeah. And it's the idea that Death, where's Death gone
Well,
for 6 months?
yeah.
Death's sitting on the beach going, I'll get him in a minute.
Well, to be fair, Det really did a bad job of trying to kill Clear. I thought he was going to get her, but he didn't.
Well, this is the
He
thing.
tried.
Everything. Deaths are okay in this.
Yeah.
They're fine. And as I said, they have to get more and more elaborate, and then that's where it's like the morbid curiosity comes in and goes, oh, yes, what are they going to do now? On this video I watched, the number one death was that turd with the pigeons.
Which
Remember
one's
I said about the, pretty sure it's in the second one, the kid.
Mm.
Well, he's like 17, 18.
And he runs after pigeons.
And I said to Tom, I think we've discussed it before about the idea of running to pigeons, going like, yeah, and scaring them off. I was like, that's just the lamest sewage ever. I've just never done that as a kid.
Yeah, but they always come back, so what's the point?
And he thought it was really funny because I thought how lame it was. He was like, oh, yeah, I was doing that all the time when I was a kid.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Yeah, and you got this like 17 or 18-year-old kid doing it, and he gets squished. Like, it's good death. Like, good.
Does something drop
turd.
on him?
Yeah, like a panel of glass or something, yeah.
No, the thing, it's quite gruesome, the second one, isn't it? Because you can actually see a log not going through someone's head, but you can see someone's head getting squished.
I think, some of the deaths are pretty good. Like, they're pretty inventive, and, I guess the CGI will be mixed.
Mm.
But I think the third one's quite good. The roller coaster and some of the deaths in that are quite good. The log, I think, is pretty good. I think that's the second one. Maybe, I don't know.
The log's the second one. I've seen that one.
There's the fourth one with the NASCAR stuff.
I don't think I've
looks
seen
a bit
that one.
sewage, I think.
But it's a good idea, definitely, the movie.
It's just not long enough.
Go on, Ben, you have to summarise.
Yes, I like the idea of premonition. That some of the deaths are interesting. I think the first one is it the best one?
No.
Maybe it's
setting it up.
It's it's good. It's interesting, the idea of death, and you can't escape it. And it's inevitable. Well, that's just life, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can't chase death.
If you I'm sure people maybe cheat death, but eventually they're going to die anyway.
Exactly.
I don't know. Whoa. Right, what have you got?
That
Anything?
seems longer. I really enjoyed the film. Thank you for asking, Ben. Thank you. Sorry about the TED Talk
It's
thing.
not long enough.
Ben, it's fine.
It's not fine.
Well, if you want to spew out 31 fucking films in October, then you have to deal with it.
We've got 24 to do in December.
Fuck off.
Got the calendar.
No, Ben, it's not happening.
Don't tell them.
No way.
The listeners, don't tell them.
I'm resigning, Ben. Why am I going to do this? I told you I'm not doing one podcast in November. And I'm sticking to that.
I should just do them every day in December then.
I'm not doing that, Ben.
Think of the fans, Fiona. Do you ever think of the fans?
I don't think the fans really give a shit, and they don't really want to listen to us, Ben.
They do.
Every single day.
They give a shit.
I don't think they do.
They do, Fiona. Oh, I forgot about the canoe escape.
Oh, yeah. What the hell was that about?
When he's in that wank cabin and then comes out and goes, oh, yeah, better get in the canoe.
Because he's a murder suspect.
Alex!
He was seen coming out of a house when someone died and then it explodes.
Stop rowing. Dear.
Yeah, no bother.
Dear.
It's kayak, wasn't it?
I'm just shoot him.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought they were going to do.
Put a hole in that fucking canoe.
Then he'd cheat that again.
Well,
I like the idea of
he got it wrong, didn't he? Because he's like, oh, God, I didn't change seats, did I? Oh, God, Claire's next in line. There's a whole shit about that.
Stifler.
We're talking about the film again, remember?
Yeah, no, but Stifler. I like Stifler's death, where his head chops off. That's quite good.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, you know, I guess you can talk about death, can't you? And there's lots of things to talk about that.
The shadow of death was after them.
The butterfly effect, does that come into play, kind of?
Don't overcomplicate it.
Nihilistically, does that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, little things will change the outcome of the whole entire world.
Yes, I know what the butterfly effect has been. You've explained to me before.
You know, I guess there's that as well, isn't there? With death.
Mm-hmm.
Little things will lead to your demise.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's it. Yeah, over.
Yep.
Great.
Don't forget to like, share, and comment. You know where to find us. We're over on the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the TikTok.
Why are you staring at me really awkwardly?
Because this is how I concentrate.
I'm going to look away.
This is how I concentrate on what I have to say.
What are you staring at me for?
We're not on the game Floggers anymore because I hate it and I won't play with them.
We will be in October.
And yeah, don't forget to send in your 15-second reviews. Is that still happening?
I haven't received any yet.
Oh, right, okay.
No, everyone's just so busy.
Yeah. All right, cheers. Goodbye.
Anything else?
Good night, and
What about the reviews? Did you say the reviews?
Yeah, like, share, and review.
Good pods. And...
Donate. Oh, don't forget to do the good pod stuff.
Yeah, that's your bit. Pod chaser, yeah.
Yep. You see, this is why I have to stare at you.
Yeah. Donate, yes, of course. The intro, please, and have a look at that.
Mm.
And the downloads. Think about the downloads. Part of the intro. You know, get the downloads going. Get me reaching into my pocket. Yeah.
He doesn't like to do that. Trust me.
Yeah.
He hates it.
No, happy to do it.
He's what you call a tight arse.
Happy to do it. Right. Yes. Anything else?
Bye.
Right. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. No more time. No more time. It's not long enough.
It is long enough, Ben.
It's not.
It is.
Hello and welcome to What's Our Seat Number. If you're listening to this trailer, you're deciding whether or not you're going to listen to this podcast.
Good.
But chances are, we've lost you already.
Wait, what? No, come on now. What?
Well, I mean, it takes what, like 10 seconds for people
You're
to lose
being
interest in things?
defeatist.
I am
You're
not
being
being
defeatist.
defeatist. They've
You
gone
are.
already. It's for naps.
Well, now they are because we started arguing, so we've both sort of driven them out.
Well, go on then. Tell the dead air who we are.
Okay, the dead air.
The dead air.
The cadaver.
The people who aren't listening anymore.
I'm taking control. You introduce yourself, and then I'll introduce myself, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we're doing, right? It's going to sound more professional that way. Go.
Okay. I'm Johnny Gross. I'm a filmmaker and a film fan and fanatic and obsessive.
Good. Very good. That was very well done. Very professional. You sounded like you're in control and almost like you know who you are.
All right, then. And who are you?
I'm Sai. I'm a 3D artist and a game designer, a film fan. I'm your brother as well.
Really?
So we're going to be talking about some of our favourite movies and hopefully some of yours as well. There's going to be trivia behind the scenes.
Do you want to tell the listeners why we've called this podcast What's Our Seat Number?
You really came to the right person with fielding this question because I feel that I can take this story and really bring it to life. Okay, so one time we went to go and see a film in the cinema and I asked, what's our seat number?
Fantastic.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I did it for you.
It's great.
If you want to hear more, you can check out the rest of our episodes. We're hosted by Podbean, but you can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music or Audible, TuneIn, Alexa, Listen Notes, and now on iHeartRadio, Player FM, and Podchaser. So pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Please don't forget to review, like, and rate, and keep listening, because the more you listen, the more we'll be able to produce. Bye.
Ta-ta.